We go. Welcome to Footy Fantasy Podcast. This is another edition where we're going to discuss all the goings on in the world of the Premier League and beyond. It's been an interesting day. Um, Today we have Raji Don Rajan. He's representing the True Juddies up north in England. He's joining us today. And also, thankfully, we also have our Arsenal fan there. We're going to get him on into the studio. So that's Harry Baba. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, no problem at all.
I was hoping that you wouldn't show up, so that just go on you and just say that Arsenal fans disappear when they are under pressure. But
no.
Welcome to the team.
We're here. Give it to us. We're here.
Live and direct. Don't worry. You have a brother who's going to keep you company in misery. Me, Liverpool fan. Okay. So we'll keep ourselves company in the misery we have experienced today.
Right.
But before we jump into all of that, sorry, let me just quickly do some housekeeping. Thank you for joining us on Footy Fantasy Podcast. You can see our YouTube channel is at Footy Fantasy, in caps there. And also Twitter handle is, or X, that's whatever it's called now, is at Footy AD Fantasy. And also our Instagram is at Fantasy Footy. So if you want to reach out to us, you want to give us a like, give us a subscribe, follow us on all of those handles. We give you a fresh perspective on the world of football, usually also coming from the Pan-African perspective. So let's jump into it because today it has been a crazy day of football. It has been a day where we've seen twists and turns. First of all, we're going to start with Liverpool because Liverpool played first. So I'll just quickly do the Liverpool review. I'll do the Liverpool review because Liverpool's game finished, I think, maybe 1 hour before Arsenal's game. So Arsenal definitely knew the result before their own game. So that should have helped Arsenal to at least motivate them to win. But Liverpool started off against Palace slowly again. We've had that issue over the past few weeks, probably over the past month or whatever, where we start slowly, Liverpool concede, and then we start wasting chances. So today's defeat was not even very surprising because it has been coming. We got smashed by Atalanta just like 2 days ago, until we totally ripped apart by them. And then Crystal Palace came and they were just passing through Liverpool, like Eze and Olise were just having fun in the first half. But then Liverpool woke up and then started creating chances, and the number of chances they wasted today, all of them just deserve to be, they need finishing lessons, all of them. Everybody missed good chances. Every single one, even defenders were missing chances. And the club was just standing there saying, wow. If the camera was showing this, we were just saying, wow. Because what can a coach do? The coach would coach the team, but he wouldn't go there and put the ball in the net by himself. They were just wasting chances, chance after chance after chance. And then when that had happened, I was like, okay, well, that's the league gone, because I expected Arsenal at least maybe beat Villa, and then 3 points ahead, better goals difference. I was like, okay, if you're not going to catch City, then at least you try and catch Arsenal. But now I just giving up by that point. But now with the results, that the way it panned out, that means it's still only 2 points, and it's the hope that kills you because you're like, oh, it's only 2 points, but then you remember it's Man City. When Man City go ahead, sorry, man, they're not leaving that top spot. So I don't know. What do you think, Aribaba? Let me put it there. Let me remove this. And let me have your Arsenal perspective. What did you feel going into the game, going into the Arsenal game, knowing the Liverpool result? How did you feel? And then what do you think happened at the Emirates?
So I think I felt pretty good because every big home game we've had this season, we've showed up, right? We had Liverpool at home, Man City at home, Man United at home, even Newcastle, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a tough game, right? It's not going to be, like Sheffield United or Crystal Palace where you just give them 5-6 and then you start, by halftime things over. I knew this was going to be tough, but I think I probably didn't expect it to end. Obviously, didn't expect it to end the way it did. But I figured we would be able to at least, kind of first half give one goal, by second half maybe 2 or 3. There will be maybe some fight from Aston Villa, and then essentially we'll go home with the 3 points. But in terms of how the game panned out, I think the first half went according to plan, right? Like they were definitely pressing. On a good day, one of those chances would have entered. And then it's kind of like the game just changes after that. Where I have a little bit of an issue, I think we came out of the second half and we changed our tactic a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if it was intentional, but we started sitting back, right? We started sitting back a little bit more. Maybe Aston Villa, maybe they also changed their tactic as well to get more on the ball.
They did.
That's right. So it felt like Aston Villa now got control of the game, right? And then we just went into this, even when we would get the ball back, we would try to counter as opposed to holding the possession and then reclaiming control of the game. And then once you start getting into those last 20, 15 minutes, at that point, it now becomes a game of mistakes, nerves, and, you can say Aston Villa, they are playing with house money, Shea Grab. I mean, it's like, for them, they finish fourth, they finish fifth, they might still make it into Champions League, and then they are not really the team you're expected to be in Champions League anyway. So again, they're playing with house money, right? We had the onus on us to go out and win. And I think by the 70th minute or so, you could tell the pressure was beginning to get in. I don't think there was any pressure in the first half. I think the first half we came out the way it was supposed to come out. But towards the end of the game, you can now start seeing that, okay, the pressure was more on Arsenal, uncharacteristic mistakes, just kind of, the first goal is like so uncharacteristic. It's like nobody's picking up, what's his name? Leon Bailey, at the back.
Yeah,
at the far post. Like nobody picks him up. That's so uncharacteristic of Arsenal that is always tight. So I think towards, second half, definitely something changed. Either our tactic changed and we went a little bit we fell back a little bit more than we should have. Or Aston Villa maybe also changed theirs as well. And it could be a perfect storm of both. But title, I don't know if we'll get into title.
Well, that's where we're going. Well, for me, the thing is, I was on this podcast because we rotate, and I think maybe the podcast straight after the City game when Liverpool played against Man City, I came here and I said I think Liverpool will regret not beating City because Liverpool had the chances to beat City that day. We wasted the chances, and the reason why I said was that if Liverpool had beaten City that day, would have had a 4-point gap on top of them, and then the next game was between City and Arsenal. So I was like, I came and I was like, man, I think we'll regret it because City, they would always put together a run of games. And if you don't have that buffer, of like maybe even if you have a buffer, sometimes you still close the gap, So that's why I felt that Liverpool, maybe that was the turning point. Like, because if Liverpool, of course, it's not just that Liverpool missed chances. We had a questionable decision go against us, but still, we had it in our hands to have scored goals to win that match. Though we should have gotten a penalty, but we should have beaten them. Because even Guardiola said it after the match. He said, they were in the not washing machine. He said they were in the tsunami. He said they were in the tsunami in the second half. Because that's what Anfield does to you. But when did the tsunami go today? Crystal Palace came, they experienced the tsunami and they survived. Because we just wasted chances today. And I can see, I will introduce you to this smiling Man United fan who's not supposed to be here, but it's come to glow. But before I introduce Oga Kwame, thanks for joining us. But I'm going to have Raji's thoughts first, because Raji has been here as a Newcastle fan. Raji, what do you think about today's event?
I think football is a cruel sport. And, in a way, I think that watching the first half of the game, you saw how Arsenal controlled the game. And they were very tight. But like I said, sometimes it's not the deserving team that wins. It's the team that takes their chances. And there were always glimpses of the fact that Aston Villa could break the press. The ball that they hit, Gabriel passed and hit one of the backs of the Arsenal players. Ollie Watkins takes the ball, hits the ball, and he hits the post. It bounces out. It's like, okay, what we are seeing is Arsenal is controlling the game, but Arsenal is not able to penetrate in the Aston Villa goal. They were never able to create a big enough chance that they were able to score. And I think that it's one of those scenarios where it's like this game was won on tactics rather than the fact that Aston Villa was what. In fact, I would say that Aston Villa was willing to let go of control so that they can have the comfortability that Arsenal can push forward and then they can just lob the ball and try to score. This is what I mean, I don't know what's going on in the dressing room. From what I saw, all those chances that they had, they came from breaks, where Arsenal felt like they had to concentrate and try to force the game. The Liverpool Crystal Palace game, I have to say that I started watching it in the second half, and I saw the fact that um Liverpool were missing a lot of their chances to equalize. They were not able to take their chances, and I am still very curious about why teams like Liverpool and Chelsea only show up. They show up, especially when they come to play Newcastle. Like, what's the name of their striker? Darwin Nunes. That guy, when he's playing Newcastle, is a machine. He's Haaland like. But when he's playing Crystal Palace, there's just inconsistency. Anyway, I don't even know if he played today. It's just interesting to watch.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll come to Newcastle. Yeah, we'll come to Newcastle chat very soon. Let's get Oga Kwame. I'm the host today, so I'm not giving you yellow card and red card. I'm giving straight bans. If you misbehave, because as you see me now, that fish I was frying, that fish is choking me, and I'm looking for somebody to release my aggression. So don't misbehave.
At least you're better than EJ. At least you give me warning ahead of time. First of all, my brother Raji, man like Newcastle chairman, I greet you, bros.
I greet you.
My brother Aribaba, I greet you, bros. My brother Ola, I greet you, bros.
I'm not your brother. Sorry, take that back. I'm not your brother.
First of all, let me just say this. I am very, very sad that our sister Linger is not here. She's still not back from the village.
She's in Anfield.
That our brother Bola is not here. I don't even know what village that one went to. I don't know if he's in the village. Right? The only person that showed, Linger is in the chat. Shout out you. You're in the chat. You are back from the village. Welcome, madam. Linger. This woman flew from San Francisco, California, to the United Kingdom to watch Liverpool for the very first time. And what happened? She got that raw dog special, bro. What happened, bro? I don't even know. I don't know how long the flight is from San Francisco to the UK because I've never done that route. But I'm gonna guess
11 hours.
It's at least 12, 13 hours.
11 hours.
11 hours. Okay, if it's a direct flight. Okay. This woman sat for 11 hours in the plane only to do that. Madam, collect your refund. Collect your refund. And take Jurgen Klopp's baseball cap with you back to the United States. I swear to God, when you get to that airport, I will be there. Look, I have been sick all weekend. I have been sick all weekend. And then what Bournemouth did to me yesterday, that made me even more sick. I was in the motherland. And when you go to the motherland, you come back, you pick up a few, little things here and there. So I had a mild fever. But this morning,
where have you been putting your mouth, sir? Where have you been putting your mouth?
It's not an R-rated. It's not an R-rated.
Whoa.
This guy went to South Africa and he made more children.
Whoa. I was actually,
wow.
I think in Nigeria because I was in Nigeria for a little bit too. But the thing is, this morning when I saw what the Lord did in the lives of my friends. When I saw what God did in London, I received healing. I got up from my bed, Lazarus FC. I got up from my bed, went downstairs to make some eba, and I have all the strength in the world, bro. I am cooking. You see all of that?
Okay.
That fish you were going to cook in the middle of the week. In that fish, you're the fish now, bro. Bro, you're getting roasted. You man lost to people that sell pepper. For those who speak Yoruba, Atalanta means we sell pepper. It is pepper we are selling. You man got peppered
We
up.
have bigger fish to fry.
You got peppered up during the week, and what happened in the same stadium in the weekend? You got peppered again. Linger, this woman missed the cooking in the week. Right? She thought she missed the cooking. She was like, you know what? My team got peppered during the week. Let me go on the weekend so we can win. Nah. They said we reserved some beating for you. Nah, Linger, don't come back to the United States. This one is cussing me out in the chat. Don't come back.
I recognize the energy. Oga Kwame, because I recognize the energy. I recognize it because I know mediocrity. This is what mediocrity leads to. I know because this is the only highlight. This is the only highlight that you have to hold on to. This is it. So I know it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Don't get it twisted. This is what I have left. This is what I have left.
Thank you for admitting it.
Man, no. Listen. Look. You people might be sitting there. Maybe you're in the chat. You're like, oh, this guy's shameless. I'm so fucking lonely. I am shameless. I have nothing left.
Let's take comments. Let's take comments. Because
I still have chat for Arsenal fans. Take comments.
Okay, let's take comments because before you cook all of us, and throw us in the bin, please. Let's take Ayo. Ayo said poetic day today. Unai, Martinez, and Xhaka all writing the press scripts. Okay, now. Facebook user, some of you are joining us through Facebook. Put your name at the end of your comments so that we can know who you are. So obviously this person is going with the Unai Emery greeting. Good evening, guys. And he says, me thinks Arsenal did not give Villa the respect. I don't think I agree with that. I don't think I agree with that. They gave Villa respect. They played Villa well. It's just second half. I think Villa calmed down and started playing proper football. First half, Villa were doing what Raji said. They were trying to hit Arsenal on the break. Second half, Villa decided to calm down, change their tactics a bit, more possession. And so I don't agree with that. I think Arsenal gave Villa respect, but Villa just outplayed them second half, in my opinion. I think
them in the midfield.
When you're playing Arsenal now, your first job is to survive the storm, right? If you survive that storm in the first 35, 40 minutes, you really have a chance, right? And I think that's what Villa did very well. They just say, you know what?
Yeah. They survived the storm.
Survive it, get to the second half. Second half, nerves will kick in, and that's exactly what just happened. Nerves just
exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I agree with you. I think that's what happened. Second half, they knew the nerves would kick in, and they played on those nerves. That's what happened. I said, Oram and Van Dijk slips and Christian goal happened again. Well, Van Dijk slip did not lead to a goal, so it's not the same thing. Anyway,
so poetic.
Honestly, I was like, God, how can this happen? But luckily, Robertson managed to play the ball, but we still lost. So what? It doesn't make any difference. We still lost anyway. Facebook user, please put your name. It says it's Kwame.
No, drinking I'm drinking the blood of Jesus. It's healed me.
Okay. Hey, I don't understand this. She's saying they disrespected Emery, so Emery is good keeping on this also. Oh, I don't know about that. Who disrespected Emery? Did you guys disrespect?
Arsenal disrespected Emery.
Oga, my brother, okay, they are ailing Oga Kwame. Say your grin and smile brings joy to my heart today. Never seen you this happy and relaxed on the show before. Yes, that's Benvido. I'm sure that's Benvido.
Yeah, that's
especially for a team that is coming 7th in the Premier League.
Life is good.
Life is good. In mediocrity, life is good.
My own life is not mediocre. It's just Manchester United's life that's mediocre. My own life.
It's your club now. Somebody said, I think it's been whoever Facebook users, please once again put your names at the end of your comment so we know who is talking. This one said, Dude kicked off his appearance in the sip of cold water. I'm sure this is Linger, maybe. She said, quickly tag me and I have to go back to my alcohol. He definitely needs a lot of that.
You need to go and shy you.
Okay, I'll round up the comments and then we'll start rounding up this section. Xhaka won the Bundesliga title, and Unai Martinez, Messi's good friend, humbled Arsenal. What a day! Cheers. That's Benfido. Benfido's a Barcelona fan. I don't know if Barcelona fans should be this happy, and because I don't see them winning their league either. So I don't understand why this Barcelona fan is coming throwing shots at everybody here. Somebody says, "Son of God, family to the prison. Maguire should be in Greece." I'm sure that's Linger. That's Linger. That's Linger. Asha, Chelsea fan. Chelsea fan is telling you that Arteta sent Xhaka away to get Havertz. One scored a goal towards the title. The other doesn't know what position he's good at. Chelsea fan. Ari Baba, I'll just quickly give you 30 seconds to respond to that. What that Chelsea fan talking?
I think that's just very harsh. I mean, this one is just bad belly because Havertz has been playing exceptionally well the second half of the season. So whether or not he scored is irrelevant. And kudos to Xhaka, Bayern Leverkusen, they've done exceptionally well. This one is just bad belly. No problem, we'll take it like that.
Okay, Facebook user says I'm here. That's Linger, I'm sure. She's probably saying, "Don't stand at me. I'm literally watching you with your negative 1 goals difference." It's true. -1. What are you doing, guys? Linger says she went to watch us in Anfield, not even score 1 goal. Really, it's very rare that Liverpool does cuts. She chose the wrong day, honestly, to go and watch Liverpool. I think I'll just scroll through all of this. This is just Linger. Responding to Ogakwame and Linger, you guys can get a room afterwards and continue this back and forth. Because there's a lot of comments going back and forth because let's just move on quick. Okay, somebody said, how come, I'll just put this on the screen, said, how come Arsenal were left with Odegaard guarding Watkins? It was not Odegaard, it was Smith-Rowe, wasn't it?
It was Smith-Rowe.
It was Smith-Rowe.
Yeah, it was.
This is Musa. Oh, Musa Mutali. Long time no see. Good to hear from you, Musa.
Arsenal was looking for the goal. They were looking for the equalizer.
Yeah. I don't blame them. It was a break. It happened. It was a break. Musa Mutali.
Oli Watkins was even in his own half when that ball went through.
Yeah. That's why he wasn't outside. Yeah.
It was Metro. So, and he says he still thinks Arsenal can do it. Good optimism. Say most goals and least goals considered, there is a joke. Man, it's not by stats. When Man City gets on top of that league, it's very difficult to move them out. So, well, there's nothing wrong with being optimistic anyway. Benvido said we won the league last season, but we're still in rebuild. We'll be fine. Okay. But Bele FC for real, Chelsea. Yeah, EJ is responding to that Chelsea fan that was costing out Arsenal for Xhaka and Havertz. Okay, Oga Kwame, you said you wanted to cook Arsenal. You have cooked Liverpool.
Because I'm gonna leave you guys very soon. So look. Arsenal. Like, first of all, let me finish Liverpool league. Let me just
come on. Let's see this now.
It is so poetic, that 10 years ago in April is when your club captain finished your title hopes. And 10 years later in April, your title hopes are tethering. You guys are done. Arsenal.
We've won the league title since that time. We've won Champions League since that time. So what?
I'm just saying. You're in the title race until 2 hours ago. That's all I'm going to say. Arsenal. Listen, the thing is, I blame myself. I want to apologize to myself because I doubted myself. I doubted the punctuality of the Arsenal train. The Arsenal train, I'm telling you, is never late. The Arsenal train has never, ever been late. Since I've been alive, since I've been supporting Manchester United, since I've been watching Premier League, Arsenal has never disappointed. Where are you, man, now? Where's your fish? Your fish from last season. Your Cote fish from last season. Your shower fish from last season. That shit is at the bottom of the ocean. It's drowned. It's in the same place as Liverpool's fish from last week, at the bottom of the ocean, bro. On Wednesday, when is it Tuesday? When you come out, when you get out of the Champions League against Bayern Munich, bro, your season will officially be done. This is their golden generation. Since I've been watching football, this is Arsenal's golden generation.
I don't think
and this is the best football they've played.
No, not really. Not really. Let's. I know you have bad belly. I know you have.
No. I started watching Premier League in 2004.
I started watching Premier League in 98.
Okay, all right.
Arsenal.
Since then, this has been the closest they've come to winning the league in any season. That's what I mean.
But they won the league, though. They won the league before 2004. So.
Yeah, but saying he started watching it in 2004. So football did not exist. Football did not exist before 2004.
You cannot be dealing with Ogakwame's calendar, man.
My brother, the point I'm trying to make is
I'm just telling you that's what it means.
We need to wrap this up. In the best couple seasons you guys have had in the last 20 years, the best you guys have won is one FA Cup with Unai Emery's squad. Think about that.
That is
no.
I mean, they've won multiple FA
Cup with Unai Emery's squad.
They've won multiple FA Cup now.
They won three. Three FA Cup.
See, this is the
Arteta came and he became your messiah. And what has he won? One FA Cup with the previous manager's squad is the point I'm trying to make. All I'm trying to say is
he won the cup now.
To be honest, I can't remember the last time I watched a United game. Like, if I want to fall asleep,
it's not about Manchester United.
This is about Manchester United. You cannot come and be.
United.
You can't come after us, and you don't want us to come after Man United.
Let me go.
Don't go. Wait.
If your response to me is that I'm a hater, of course I'm a hater. Listen, when your pastor told you to pray against the weapons fashioned against you, it is me. I am the weapon fashioned against you, bro. I am the one you pray against. I am the one that wakes up every morning and the first words that come out of my mouth are, I hate Arsenal. You guys don't understand how horrible. Listen, I have friends that are Arsenal fans. Bro, I love you guys. Career, family, everything. I wish you all the best. God will continue to be blessing you people in your personal lives. But when it comes to the club that you support, when it comes to the football team that you love, I wish you nothing but sadness. I wish you nothing but tears. I wish you nothing but despair. And
EJ is calling you out, Ogakwame, before you go. EJ said you are the same cat that said Man United will finish above Arsenal this season. And what's your reboot after that? He said that. And now what's happening? What's happening?
Where is it? Where did he say that?
Every beginning of the season,
that's what EJ said.
Nah, EJ is smoking weed.
Summer transfer
EJ,
FC. Every summer.
Manchester United fans, outside of Arsenal fans, are the most exasperating fans in the world. They think they deserve it all. They think they always deserve it all.
Yes.
If you start watching football in 2004, how many championships have you watched Manchester United win? If you start watching football in 2004, how many?
I started watching Premier League in 2004.
How many cups have you watched
Manchester
United lift?
A shitload.
Which one?
A shitload. Only two. I'm sure it's only two.
2004. That is, bruh. Come on now.
Which ones now?
Only two.
In 2004, 2013, we won like 3 or 4 league titles. What do you mind talking about?
So which ones?
Which ones? Which ones now? Which ones?
As the memory faded, you don't remember
which ones now?
Let's start from the back. 2013,
right?
2010.
No, you did not win 2010.
2010 United.
You didn't win 2010. No.
2010 was not United.
2010.
It was not United.
Okay, 2007.
Yeah. Okay.
2008.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever won the Champions League? Yes. So that's what, 3. So I was right. Fuck you talking about?
3. Yeah. Not a shitload. You said a shitload. I think you won.
That's more than you've won. That's more than my Arsenal fan has won, and that's more than.
Oh yeah.
Ogakame.
Come and be going. Oh yeah. Come and be going. I'm bouncing you.
That cannot even live.
See you. Bye. This guy, he will let us just stay on that segment. We will not move forward. Right, G? I want you to talk, please.
Oh, about what? What do you want me to talk about? About
no. So
Newcastle? Or...
No. We're going to the next section. Yeah, which is about Newcastle. I'll just introduce it. I'll introduce the intro before I go to the Champions League. Let us just cool down. Let us get proper perspective from a non-Liverpool, non-Arsenal fan. I'll go to Newcastle topic, then we'll come back to the Champions League. I made this topic. I was just saying it's just a play on words. I just said, how would Eddie stay in the Newcastle job? This was before Newcastle beat Spurs 4-0. And the reason why I said that was I'm looking at next season. Newcastle coming into this season probably would have wanted, okay, let's try and consolidate and qualify for the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
And now you guys are sixth, which is not bad. But in your opinion, for example, what if you don't make the Champions League? Do you think Eddie Howe stays in the job? And do you think if he does stay in the job, does he deserve to stay there? Or would you be looking forward to him being replaced with somebody of higher caliber?
First of all, I want to say this, and I want to be unequivocal in my statement. Eddie Howe is the best manager that Newcastle has had since Kevin Keegan, and Eddie Howe is going nowhere. Play on words or no play on words. The season where Eddie Howe joined, Newcastle was getting relegated, for sure. If he had continued that season under Steve Bruce, we would have been relegated 100%. And Eddie Howe took us from he joined when we were 19th, and he took us to 11th, right, in the league that season. The next season, he went from 11th to 4th. There is no way in hell that, I've been hearing a lot of these sprinklings where people are saying, Eddie Howe, does he deserve the job? Is the job too big? No. I don't think any Newcastle fan of any repute is calling for Eddie Howe to leave. Obviously, the fans can never be 100%, and you will have some people who are saying they want somebody bigger. But honestly speaking, I don't think Eddie Howe, even if we had come 11th this season, Eddie Howe would not have left. Nobody would have. He wouldn't have been on any job.
Can I interject a little? I'm looking at the perspective of the owners. Okay, for fans, I understand you guys love him, but I'm just looking at what Chelsea did when Chelsea first had Ranieri. Now Ranieri got them to second, and they were like, "Man, this guy is good." And before you know it, the owners pushed him out, got him Moreno because they wanted to go to the next level in quotes. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at from the owner's point of view that they're like, okay, we have got this far in the project. Can we push forward now, maybe to a higher caliber coach? That's what I'm looking at. So, do you think that's a possibility? Looking at it from the owner side. Don't put on your fans' hat. I know you as a fan, you love him. I'm saying, look at it from the owner side. What do you think?
Let me explain something. This FFP scenario is working for him in a way.
Yep.
Because what happened previously in those times of Chelsea where anybody could spend a limitless amount of money, you were expected a return as soon as possible, right? I can't be putting $1 billion into a team and still becoming second when nobody else is spending as much as I want. I want a quick return. So the problem with Newcastle right now is that Newcastle has to work under the confines of FFP. We have an unlimited amount of money in the background, but the people who have the money cannot spend on getting players or getting the best players in the world because our revenue doesn't match the kind of players that we want that would allow us to get to the top. So in a sense, we would want to get a Ronaldo, but we cannot get a Ronaldo because we can't pay a player 300,000. We don't have the revenue to solve that kind of problem. So we get a Bruno Guimaraes and pay him 200,000, and we can't fill it. We can't fill our teams with a lot of Bruno Guimaraes. We still have to maintain the level of players who are still making 80,000, 60,000 squad players who can bolster the squad and who can grow. So when you look at it from that perspective, they want a coach who can keep on bringing in talent coming in so that we can continue to grow. And they're going to put in 1 or 2 players every season that earn big money, that matches the current revenue stream that we have. And it's growing because we have signed the Adidas deal. We're going to expand the stadium and all of those things.
Oh, they're expanding the stadium. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
The ticket prices has gone up this season, so they're building revenue. And as time goes on, if we qualify for Europe, we would have additional revenue coming from other places, and then we'll buy players that can match those expectations. I think if it was a scenario where the owners of the club had put in $1 billion or had the ability to put in $1 billion, and you would have a scenario where you could go, oh, we need to get Eddie Howe in and bring in somebody who has experience winning trophies. But the problem is the owners are restricted in how much they can spend, and they're wanting somebody who can take the current crop. I mean, last game, the game that happened yesterday, we saw Anderson play, Elliot Anderson. We saw some of the young who are playing, who are 20, 21. You saw Lewis Miley earlier in the season, 17-year-old kid. The kid from Arsenal who is playing in our squad, Lewis Hall. And it's like you see these people, they're slowly getting into the squad. We have Yakubu Mente, who is playing in Feyenoord and is scoring for fun in that league. So it's like slowly these youngsters are going to be coming in. And all Newcastle has to do is go, all right, we only have a budget for 100 million this summer. Let's get in 2 great players, and we'll use that to bolster our squad. Eddie Howe's job is not under threat. There's not going anywhere. I think that the leadership is fine with his job. They understand the scenario, and I think that there's a strong competition. All these rumblings about Eddie Howe leaving, they're not coming from Newcastle at all. They're coming from outside, from London. You know, all those TalkSport hosts who are
to back you up. What you just said. I'll quickly read the comment. Let me quickly read comments, and something Raji just said about London. I'm going to read something that somebody from London just posted in the chat, but I'll quickly read it because I think you are right that the chat is coming from London. Okay, so let me quickly read the comments, and then I'll bring you in to talk about Newcastle after the comments. So Chudi says, this is the best Arsenal squad basically since Invincibles, if we're being honest. Yeah, somebody corrected Oga Kwame for saying Arsenal have won only 1 FA Cup. No, they've won 3 FA Cups in the period since 2004. They said, don't go cook him. Well, I had to kick him out. We have cooked him already. So we don't need him here again. EJ replied, Oga Kwame, and says she has it on video that he said Man United will finish ahead of Arsenal. So obviously, Man United are not finishing ahead of Arsenal this season. So somebody's replying, Raji says, Raji, seriously though, you were missing on the forum for a few years to decide this game. You're hiding from IC or something. Musa, do you know this Musa? I know Musa, but do you know Musa? This guy that is talking to you.
Let me say this. Okay, everybody's always bringing this idea that I left the group. I left the group for my own mental safety, because if maybe I said in this group, everybody would jump on me and say Newcastle is fighting for relegation, and somewhat of it is true. And if I can't talk in a scenario where everybody, especially the Manchester United fans, are just jumping on me, and Chelsea fans,
and Arsenal
fans, I left the group. And guess who told me to come back? I didn't say I wanted to come back. I was brought back by AY. AY said I should join. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to join again. It's good. I didn't come because I was looking to talk. I would have been
okay.
I came because I was invited back. It's good.
We understand. I just want to place this on record. EJ has placed a curse on Man United. EJ is an Arsenal fan, Aribaba. And she has said 2013 will be the last one for 20 years. That we know that our cause is strong. So we have put it on record. It's 10 years now. It's going to another 10 years before United win the league. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about, Raji. This is a Chelsea fan. He says, if Eddie Howe leaves, I'll take him at Chelsea. I wanted him before Potter. So I think maybe that noise is coming from Chelsea fans who want your coach. I think so. Shudi says Newcastle would have to be insane to let Eddie Howe go. Total madness. Fair enough. Oga Kwame says Eddie Howe transformed Newcastle from a zebra crossing to a football club. This boy is stupid. This Oga Kwame is stupid. This is the most relevant this club has ever been. My goodness. Okay,
the joy I have right now is the fact that Manchester United is below us. At the end on this
minus one goes different.
And Newcastle has got 17. So if you are a zebra crossing, we are going to be crossing you very soon. It's all good.
Eddie Howe has made them value Longstaff at 50 million. Wow, years ago, and analysts justifying it too. That's true. Eddie Howe has improved players. I absolutely agree that some of those players, he has brought out the best in them. He has raised them up a level. And Asha is the Chelsea fan says to Raji, if Boli and co were to come asking about Eddie Howe in 2025, 2026, when Poch contract is up, do you think Eddie will stay? Raji, I'll give you 1 minute to answer that before I go to Ariba.
Because don't forget, when he was on the up and up with Bournemouth, a lot of clubs talked to him about moving, and he didn't stay. He was at Bournemouth for almost 20 years. Oh, sorry, what I'm saying, about 10, 15 years. Took them 3 all the way. He stopped at Burnley for a small period of time, but then he went back to Bournemouth, and he took them all the way to the Premiership. So he has a connection to teams, and he stays with those teams. I don't think he's gonna jump on any contract. So I'm done.
Okay. Aribaba, we've noticed that Arsenal fans seem to have some peculiar beef with Newcastle. Are you one of those Arsenal fans? Well, let's start from there.
Well, I can have beef with Newcastle. I mean, first of all, I want to thank Aston and Newcastle for buying Joe Willock from us for 35 million. Thereby funding the beginning of our resurgence. So that one, that's part of it. Yeah. But all kidding aside, Newcastle, the team, I would say we have beef with just because I think Bruno Guimaraes is a dirty player.
Wow.
He's a really good player. He's a very good player, but he's a dirty player. Let's not kid ourselves.
Wow.
It's still...
You see all of these things.
Raji, let you have your rebuttal. Let him land first.
He stole a win from us in the first half of the
season.
Stole
a win.
That was not a win, but and then I feel like Newcastle has always peppered us at the worst times. 2 years ago, we were looking for top 4. We went to Newcastle. That was where everything unfolded. So I have beef with Newcastle as a team, but as an ownership, I do think they're a very smart club. Now, going back to the whole Eddie Howe discussion, if you want to look across the street in London to Tottenham that were chasing next big guy, and where are they now? Right? They are wallowing in fifth? Who knows? Newcastle just flogged them 4-0, and it's very possible that if the slide continues, Newcastle potentially could even jump them, at least, or tie them somewhere before the end of the season. So I do think Newcastle, yes, FFP is helping them out, but I also do think, the ownership, they are a smart group of owners, and they probably use money to buy all the smart decision makers as well, right? Which is fair. But I think consolidating, holding, right, become a relevant, continuous big club, not a yo-yo club like Manchester United. That today they next week, they win summer transfer window. If you just kind of consolidate that 4th to 6th spot where every season everybody looks at Newcastle as a tough game, right? You don't want to look at, like some seasons now, Tottenham is like, nah, don't worry, everybody's plugging Tottenham, whether it's Nuno Espirito Santos or Jose Mourinho at the end or Conte. But with Newcastle, I think if they can consolidate, just stay. You don't always have to finish in Champions League. It's very competitive, and there's no guarantee. There's risk management here as well, right? You can spend $1 billion and you still might not jump over City, right? That's just
Chelsea FC example.
Chelsea. Why am I going to talk now? Chelsea have done the same thing, right? You can spend so much money and it does not guarantee you anything. 2005, 2004, when Chelsea came with all the money, it probably guaranteed you winning the league because nobody else was spending that money, right? You only had to jump over United, and United wasn't spending that money. They just had the history and the heritage, and they jumped over Arsenal very easily because Arsenal was not spending any money, right? When Man City came along, again, they probably just had to juggle with Chelsea, and United was kind of winning. Arsenal was gone. Liverpool was dead at the time. And so City have now become that force. If you spend $1 billion now, right, you're competing with like 4 or 5 teams consistently. You're not guaranteed to enter Champions League, right? So a smarter approach will be continue to improve the players, stay relevant. Sometimes you might finish 5th or 6th. Some other times you might finish 4th, right? But at least you're a constant European team. And then that's how your revenue starts to grow, your brand starts to grow. So I say all this for a team I actually don't like. I actually appreciate the ownership strategy.
Okay, fair enough. So Raji, I have rebuttal now, but I'll just read this comment because this is in relation to what Aribaba said. Aribaba said Bruno is a dirty player, which I don't know. But wait. So I watch Newcastle games. Not that I watch a lot, but I've never seen this Bruno Guimaraes being a dirty player. I know Joe Linton. I can vouch for Joe Linton being a bit of the dirty player. So Raji, is it true? Joe Linton and Bruno are the dirty players?
Look at the Arsenal team that are kicking everybody left and right now, jumping everybody. When they play Newcastle, they are playing physical with us, and they're now saying that Joe Linton and Bruno are a dirty team. Which player got a red card or a yellow card in our own game? This guy, is it because the what's the name of this player? What's the name of their midfielder? That Italian guy, Jorginho. Because he got
the guy.
They slapped him at the back of his head.
The guy at the back of his head.
That's what they are using as their basis. They will talk about all the time that guy has been mouthing, saying nonsense throughout the game, falling down for no reason. They just woke him up. They woke him up. And all of a sudden, this guy has a reputation of being a dirty player. I beg, man. This Bruno that he's talking about being a dirty player, he got 9 yellow cards, and he had to survive 20 games without getting a yellow card.
True.
He just did. And this game against Tottenham was the last game that he had to survive without the yellow card. And he kicked the ball. He assisted 2 goals in this game that were fundamental to us winning. How can you then declare that Bruno is a dirty player instead of saying Bruno is a world-class midfielder who plays dirty sometimes?
2 things can be true. Diego Costa.
But
Diego Costa
you focused on the dirty side. You didn't talk about any of the other qualities that he has. You just said this Bruno is a dirty player. But Bruno is more than a dirty player. Bruno is a world-class midfielder. Bruno is a distributor of the ball. And the truth is, he's the heart of Newcastle. If you shut down Bruno in a game, you usually shut down Newcastle. So it's a little bit, I'm just saying, it's a little bit.
Okay. We can wrap that up. Let's see, Chelsea. A Chelsea fan here is not happy that we're dissing Chelsea. Said they've won Champions League twice. We should keep their names out of our mouths. That it's just that they are 2 rubbish coaches back to back. Well, cry us a river. Cry us a river.
Are they winning Champions League now?
No, but I said they've won it in the past. They become History FC too now. History FC.
They end up the championship. I'm serious. I'm not even
at this rate. Championship, not Champions League, championship. Agakwabe said, Joe Linton is Brazilian Raji. Agbero settings. I'm here for all the violence. Okay, let's move away from violence. Let's go to the Champions League.
Joe Linton just got a new contract of almost 200,000 a week because of his significance to the Newcastle team. I don't think you guys understand. Everybody's just glossing over the fact that Newcastle is 6th. Newcastle is 6th with one of the most unluckiest seasons ever. Injuries. There are 11 first-team players injured right now. We played Tottenham with kids on the bench and second-string players, and we still beat them 4-0. If you had looked at the starting lineup yesterday, nobody, even Newcastle fans, would have said that Newcastle would not win that game. And somehow, Newcastle won because of tactics. Not because that they played better, because of tactics.
No, Newcastle. Who said that? All right.
So I'm just telling you, Newcastle. Newcastle beat.
They won convincingly. Newcastle.
Please beat Tottenham all day long. I don't have to.
So I'm just saying, like, Newcastle is 6th, and the fact that Newcastle is 6th is a significant thing because it shows that Eddie Howe can work with a limited squad to win stuff.
Yeah. That's fair enough. It's just the season had so much promise for Newcastle. I mean, the Champions League, you guys went out of the group stages, went out of the cups. So that's why they have right to say, well, maybe it could have been better. That's what people are just saying. Nobody's saying you guys had a bad season.
We went out of the Champions League because they gave Mbappe a chance to score a penalty that was undeserved.
Yeah, everybody has their own referee decision.
Hold on. But I'm not an Arsenal fan. I don't go around saying nonsense for a whole season, coming with declarations of dirtiness, all sorts of stuff. Arsenal fans, man, look at that one. The last game they played against Bayern, right? They were
they died. My goodness. That fantastic dive.
They didn't talk about the fact that Saliba picked up the ball. Anyway, let's go to Champions League.
Okay,
go on.
We'll go to Champions League talk. Asha is this Chelsea fan is really active today. He's just throwing shade everywhere. He said Newcastle go and win Europa first, and let's see. Wow, Chelsea fan. I don't know this Chelsea fan. Where did you get Liverpool come and start talking all this one now? I don't understand.
Can Chelsea even qualify for Europa?
I don't know. Somebody said, a club won Carabao with kids. Okay, that's John Olushola, Arsenal fan. He's telling you, Raji, that stop saying that you have kids on the bench. That Liverpool won the cup with kids, basically. Well, I don't know. Somebody said stop the Shalai.
Okay.
Stop the Shalai. And we'll just go to the Champions League section now. Asha, Chelsea fan, said Newcastle were last in the Champions League group. Say it with your chest. Well, it was a tough group, to be fair. That was a tough group.
It was very tight. It was
a tough group. Yeah, it was a tough group. Okay. Champions League. Aribaba. First leg, 2-2 at Emirates. And now you guys are going off to Bayern Munich. What say you? Can Arsenal Kane Bayern Munich in Germany? What do you think?
I think it's a possibility. The result today definitely does not help, right? Confidence-wise. The good thing is there's no longer away goals rules, right? So, 2-2 at home is not as damning as probably would have been like 4 or 5 years ago, where, 2-2 at home, essentially like you have to go and win away. This time around, I would say it makes it more competitive. You can go keep it tight, right? You don't have to go press and look for a winner or anything like that. I might even want to say borrow what Aston Villa did to Arsenal and take that to Bayern, right? Go weather the storm, because Bayern has been under pressure this season, right? Essentially, the league is gone. The owners will be on them to come out and try to win the game, right? And kind of impress their fans and everything. So weather the storm for the first 45 minutes. If you can make a goal here or there, that's fine. And then when you go into the second half, then you can start making a shorter game, right? Make it like a 30-minute game as opposed to a whole 90-minute game. Similar to what we did against Manchester City, except Manchester City's possession of the ball is just ridiculous, right? Like they would just never let you even have the ball. So I do, if I had to give a percentage, I'll put it at about 45% that Arsenal can win that tie. So we're not favorites to go in as underdogs for sure, but it's not a foregone conclusion that Bayern wins that game. I think if we're smart in our approach, we can definitely find a way. Again, I put pressure on Bayern, right? They've had a tough season. The longer that game goes without a winner, right, and it's still 0-0 or 1-1 or something like that, the higher the pressure will become. And then at that point, look, if we go out in extra time or in penalties, hey, hats off, it's okay. Shea Grab is our first time back in the Champions League in 6 years or so, 7 years. First time in the quarterfinals in 14. Beginning of the season, Champions League was not what I was looking at as something we can win. I was like, if we win it, it's great too. Don't get me wrong. But it was mostly it's the league that is my bigger concern here. So we go out there, put a good performance. I think we can try to win. If not, just don't get embarrassed. Don't go back to Arsenal of
5-1, 5-1.
Exactly. Don't go there and collect 6, right? Or 3 7. Shea Grab. Even 2 or 3 7, I'll pay Shea Grab. If they win 1-0 and like it's a good game, hey, look, it is what it is, right? But just don't go there and chop.
There's an optimistic Arsenal fan there commenting. John Olushola, I'm sure that's him. He's saying Arsenal will win 2-0 in Germany. That's fair.
I can see that too.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, where I fear for Arsenal is, I think Arsenal can take it to extra time. But then, because Bayern Munich have probably been saving players because they know they can't win the league. I don't think they've been going all out in the league. So if it goes to extra time, I'll be worrying about Arsenal's legs. Will they have the legs to drag another 30 minutes in Munich? Because I think Arsenal probably get smashed there. I think Arsenal can sneak it, but most likely to end in a draw in the 90. But then in extra time, I worry for Arsenal. That's where I worry for Arsenal. If it goes to extra time, will Arsenal have the energy to outlast Bayern Munich? I don't know who this is. Facebook user. What did I miss? I arrived nothing. Well, we can ignore that for now. Raji, you're saying?
I don't think that Arsenal will win in Germany. I think that they have a lot of things that are playing against them. For one, they're going to be pushed back significantly, right? They have a good striker in Harry Kane. In fact, what am I saying? He's an excellent striker. You have excellent people coming from the wings. You have an excellent midfielder, center attacking midfielder in Musiala or Thomas Müller or whoever they choose to play in that particular position. You're going to have a scenario where they're constantly being pushed back, right? Arsenal is going to have to defend very well in that Champions League game. They have an excellent defending squad, and most importantly, they are playing in Bayern. After they watched Leverkusen take the league away from them this weekend. They won this week too. They won this weekend 2-0, right? But Leverkusen this is the only thing that they're playing for right now. And it would be seen as a lack of destiny if Harry Kane goes to Bayern and he doesn't win something. So I think that Harry Kane is going to be playing like a man on fire, and I would assume that he's going to score a goal, at least one goal in that game. The question is, can Arsenal respond? I'm not entirely sure that Arsenal will be able to respond in Bayern. I see a scenario where this game could end 3-1 or 2-0 for Bayern or 4-2. But I don't see Arsenal winning this game.
I don't see Bayern Munich keeping a clean sheet, to be honest. I don't see Bayern Munich keeping a clean sheet. Anyway, there's praise for Aribaba, which is good because we have had some Arsenal fans who have been. Raji will tell you some of your fan base are really, really very. I won't go into hard on them, but some of them are very delusional.
Let's not give Aribaba too much praise. He just said that Bruno is a dirty player. He didn't say
Bruno is an opinion now.
He didn't say he's a good player. I mean, we're talking about people who are deluded.
No. Aribaba has been fair. I mean, compared to some Arsenal fans. Compared to some Arsenal fans, Aribaba. So this is praise for you. This is praise for you. Asha, the Chelsea fan, says Tuchel. He has first-hand experience of Tuchel. He says Tuchel sometimes complicates things. I can see him playing midfielder in left wing back and then Bayern chasing the game. So he says if Arsenal can win, they have a solid shot at winning the Champions League. That's true. But if Arsenal win, then it's most likely going to be Madrid or City. So that's tough. Yeah. So this is a Bayern Munich fan. I think that's Dayo. But he's going by Kaiser. He said Bayern have an injury crisis. Gnabry and Koeman out. Is that an injury crisis? I wouldn't really say. That's not really
That's an injury crisis.
That's not an injury crisis. You don't have 11 players missing. You have only 2 players.
I'll say, okay, that's an injury crisis. But Sani is still there. So
Sani is there. There's this guy called Tells. He's there. They still have options. Musiala. I beg. That's not really injury crisis. Mr. Kaiser, please stop it.
Miller always show up in big games too, even if he doesn't.
Yeah, they have Muller too. Yeah. I don't agree that that's an injury crisis. I know Gnabry was very good in the first match. Koeman was not really great. So I won't even say they'll miss Koeman, but Gnabry, they'll miss him. But that's not injury crisis. Ogakwame says the only thing Arsenal can win in Munich is a beer chugging contest. That one's pure hatred. That's what it is. So
are they going to Munich at all? I don't even know where Munich is. United.
He said, which man on fire did he play in London? Bayern is not winning that game. Well, I don't understand what John is referring to there.
As I said, Ken is playing like a man on fire. Ken will play like a man on fire.
But he scored.
He scored, right? So
and he played well.
But he scored now. If he missed it, it would have been the story. He scored.
Yeah.
And it was an excellent penalty too.
And he played well too. I think he played, not just scored. He was thinking.
This John is from the Institute of Deluded Arsenal Fans.
Okay, Kaiser has responded. He said Davis is suspended. Well, yeah, they might miss Davis. But still. Okay, well, we'll round up the other fixtures. So this will just be 1 minute. Who do you think will go through? So the other fixtures, we have Madrid and City. Madrid 3-3 in the first leg, coming to City. Aribaba, who do you think goes through? Madrid or City in the second leg?
Madrid just get by. They just nick it. Maybe 2-1.
No.
Madrid will make it. Yeah, Raji, what do you think will go through?
If City can outplay Madrid in Madrid, they'll definitely outplay Madrid in City, and I think that game is going to end 4-1.
Wow. Like last season. It was 4-1 last season, so I think, yeah. Or 4-0. So 4-0 last season.
Yeah, they're not going to outplay City in City. Nah, it's going to be a whitewash. That game is over already.
Wow. Okay, let's go to the other quarterfinals. So we have PSG going to Barcelona. PSG lost at home, I think, the first leg, 3-2. So who do you think is going through, Aribaba?
Barcelona 2-0.
Barcelona are knocking out PSG.
Nothing, not even close to nothing, like a very comprehensive 2-0.
Wow. So Mbappe is not working any magic.
Nope.
Mbappe didn't even work any magic in the first game.
Yeah, he's checked out. He's ready to go to Spain. So
he has checked out. Yeah, even the coach is not using him regularly now. The coach just uses him in the Champions League. They bench him in the league. So okay, the final game. So okay, Raji, you said PSG are going out. So.
I think PSG are going out. They're going to pay for the crimes they did against Newcastle. It's good.
Yeah. Hey, Steve Exit. Sorry, my tongue fell. I was laughing. It was so unexpected. The kind of memory our football fans we have. We remember every discriminating offense. Okay,
I think that's the beauty of football now. It's a soap opera.
Exactly. You remember something from 5 years ago. You say, that thing happened 5 years ago. We hated them.
I'll tell you this. I was watching the Manchester versus Arsenal FA Cup game while I was under punishment in my high school in Olashere International School. I was kneeling down in Mr. Essang's house with like 4 people who were disturbing the peace. So we told us to kneel down. And we knelt down for almost 30 minutes. And this Arsenal versus Manchester United game was going on. And Arsenal was leading. And then we saw Ryan Giggs score the final goal. And eventually, Manchester United won. This was 99, right? And all of a sudden, Mr. Essang just jumped up. He was happy. He was celebrating. He said, all of you buffoons, get out of my house. You are free to go. I will never forget that game.
That's like 25 years ago. 25 years ago.
I don't forget stuff like that. I don't forget Newcastle versus Liverpool. Newcastle versus Liverpool 4-3. It's like 4-3 those games are in our minds. You know. Anyway, that's all.
Okay, the final Champions League tie. Atletico going away to Dortmund. I think Atletico won the first leg 2-1. I remember, who do you think is going through? Dortmund or Atletico?
That'll be Atletico Madrid, the most boring 0-0 you've ever seen in your life. So.
Diego Simeone special.
Special, man.
It's like this one is tricky. I think that Dortmund still has a chance. I think Dortmund still have a chance. I mean, the safe bet is to say Atletico Madrid should win, but I'm going to give Dortmund a chance. 2-0.
Okay. 2 goals against Atletico. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
They're very good at playing between the lines. They may not have done it in the first game. They could do it in the second. Anyway.
Yeah. And that's true. You know, because I mean, Dortmund were in your group, in Newcastle's group. So you have first-hand experience. So yeah, I understand your point. Somebody's talking about Bayern Munich. Yeah, Facebook user says, do you understand Bayern drew the game because of a good wing? They're going to miss that wing play on Wednesday. Okay, fair enough. I mean, well, injuries do affect teams sometimes, but it will be interesting anyway. We'll probably just go to the final segment now, where we've done an hour, so we just do a non-football question to end the podcast. Let me remove that comment there, so we can just discuss. Asha is throwing shade at me, this Chelsea fan. I don't know why this Chelsea fan is so bold today. He's telling me that I didn't talk about Europa. Chelsea, where are you?
Well,
Chelsea.
Question now. Do we think Liverpool can overturn?
No, but the funny thing is, the last 4 trophies that we won We beat Chelsea in the final. I don't know how Chelsea can be talking to Liverpool. The last 4 trophies we've won was because of Chelsea. We beat them. And he's talking smack to me. Come on. I mean, no, in answer to the question, no, Liverpool are out of Europa. We don't care about Europa. We have bigger fish to fry. I already told you guys. Europa is not our concern.
But the thing about it also is, doesn't it affect the European coefficient?
It does.
Don't those games affect whether Tottenham goes, in 5th position, goes to Champions League?
This is the problem. Yeah. This is the problem. This is the problem for the English clubs now, because if maybe Arsenal go out, Liverpool go out, even what's their name? The ones that West Ham lost to Leverkusen. If all of them start going out that way, I mean, the coefficient will not. Germany is ahead of England now, so there'll be only 4 teams for England, not 5. So yeah, it does. It does affect the coefficient. So like Spurs will be praying for Liverpool to go through. Spurs will be praying for Arsenal to go through. Well, maybe not really. No, they won't be praying for Arsenal to go through, but they'll be praying for City to go through. So yeah, it does. Ogakwame, of course, said. Yeah, what do they go on, Raji?
And if they go through, if the coefficient drops for the English team, Manchester United will be playing in the Conference League, right? Not Europa.
Would they? Why? They're not even relevant. I mean,
Conference League. That's what we should go to. Go to Conference League.
You can be playing with Zanzibar United.
Royal National and Shooting Stars. Go and play with them.
With their Ten Hag, let them go and be playing Zanzibar FC with Ten Hag. End of eras. End of eras. Okay, non-football question. This one was, I put it based on, I saw a news story that Scrabble have made a new version where it's simpler to play, where it's more collaborative, like they've just tried to reboot it for the 21st century, basically. So I was just thinking, oh, wow, interesting. Well, they're trying to make it more accessible. So, but I mean, throughout your lifetime, what's your favorite board game or card game? I'll start with Chio, Raji. Which one do you enjoy playing, if you play at all?
I do. I used to play Monopoly a lot. I've had a good winning streak of Monopoly. And I remember in high school, we used to play Monopoly for chicken. So,
wow.
When you're in boarding school and you have to play on Wednesday, Wednesday was chicken day. And if you lost the game of Monopoly, you donated your chicken to the person who won will have multiple chickens, and they can just keep it in their locker and just chew on it whenever they want to.
My goodness.
For these kinds of scenarios, you want to make sure you win the game, because on Thursday you're only getting beans.
But were you guys following the rules? Monopoly rules are so extensive. Were you following it in total, or were you like just selecting some of the rules?
No, we're not following the full Monopoly rules. We had the prison. Anybody who lands in the prison, we had different rules that.
Okay. You put your own spin on it. Yeah. So Monopoly for you.
The game would have been taking too long.
Yeah, that's it. If you follow all the rules, you can spend 4 hours and you're still there. Honestly, I remember which board game or card game I've enjoyed playing.
Yeah, I know. Raji took mine too. Monopoly is the one that I have the most childhood memories of. We used to go to the village, and in the village when there's no lights, there's nothing else. Yeah. Bring out Monopoly. Monopoly will kill your 6 hours. From 6 to 12. Everybody's exhausted. I go to sleep. But I'll throw a red in there. I like Cards Against Humanity. I don't know if anybody has played that.
I love that game. That was the one I was second in my own.
Yeah. So that's the next one I'll throw in there, since Raji already took Monopoly. So
can you give us a brief? Because I've not heard of that. Can you give us a brief outline? What's the game about? Cards Against Humanity, you said.
So essentially, it's like everybody gets a card. There's a czar, if you will, and essentially you get to fill in a sentence with a bunch of words, right?
Okay.
And you have maybe like 5 or 6 different cards to fill in the sentence. Now the trick about it is it's all kinds of dirty. You could racist at some point.
Oh wow!
Everything that is essentially what's the word? non-conventional ways, right, of saying something, right? I don't want to use any example because this is a podcast.
Yeah, okay, PG program.
But whatever word completes this, or phrase, really, it doesn't even have to be a word or phrase that completes the sentence. The best doesn't have to be that it makes the most sense. It might be the funniest. It might be the one that appeals more to the czar at the time, right? And or can just be the one that's just the most outlandish. That just makes everybody like, whoa, this is wildly inappropriate. And then the more cards you collect, the more you win. So that's so it's a good adult game, if you have your adult friends.
And the funny thing, the great thing about Cards Against Humanity is the dynamics of what card wins in every game is dependent on which of your friends are playing at that particular time.
Yep.
So if you are playing against a group of friends who are like churchgoers, you probably want to go for the cleanest.
Yeah.
Playing with sadists, you are going for the dirtiest.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to know your friends too.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's the first time I've been
sensitive friends, because those ones that might not end well. So yeah, but it's a good game.
Yeah. Well, for me, my board game probably will be chess. I played a lot of chess, but then I think I've not played on the board in chess for maybe a year or more. Usually, I just play it on my phone when I get the time. But there's one card game I played at my nieces over Christmas. Phase 10. It was very interesting. It had a bit of strategy to it. With that different things you have to walk. Yeah, it was just one of those ones that you think it's so childish to start with, but then you start saying, oh wow, this has a lot of strategy to it. Phase 10. I enjoyed it. That was the first time I had seen it over Christmas. Oga Kwame is telling us Ludo is his favorite game. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he's telling us that he used to cheat in Ludo all the time. But nobody is surprised about that. Kwame. He said he used to steal money from the bank in Monopoly too. We are not surprised on that, Kwame. We are not.
His auntie used to cheat in Ludo, and she taught him the rules of cheating, so that when he said,
"Oh yeah," he said, "Oh, his auntie used to cheat." Oh, sorry, I misread that. His auntie used to cheat, so then he too now graduated to stealing money from bank in Monopoly.
Yes, and that's why he's not going to be the finance minister in Nigeria.
Of course, and that's why he's a Man United fan. Man United with all their shenanigans, a lot of criminals in that club. All right, guys.
Those last things that they used to do before Alex Ferguson left. Now they can't do it all, and all of a sudden they are dropping in the league. Let's not forget those things.
We know them. All right, guys. This has been a blast. I mean, totally enjoyable. Thanks for coming on, Aribaba. Do you want to plug anything? Do you have your Twitter handle? Do you have anything you want to shout out?
My Instagram is AriBabaJ. Follow me on there. My Twitter is techboy_Ari. You can follow me on there as well. So my Twitter tends to be football and tech. That's it. That's pretty much what I tweet about. My Instagram is a little bit more exciting, so if you want to follow me there.
Yeah.
Are you in the Bay Area?
No, I'm in ATL.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah. Good to have you. Raji, do you want to plug anything?
Oh yeah, you can check out my movie podcast. It's called Movie Mistrial. You can also pick up my novel on Amazon.
Oh,
it's called
wow.
The Dark City Chronicles. So check that out. It's on Amazon. It's under my moniker Don Rajon. And I'm writing a new book now, so I want to see if I can actually get that book to make a profit.
No, don't worry. No, seriously, just let us know so we can plug it. And man, yeah, well, because EJ also writes books, and I mean, I don't know if she's planning a profit yet, but she has good books out there too. So
she has a very impressive record.
Yeah. So I'm actually quite happy to hear that you have books out, and I mean it's good because I used to be a bit creative with writing, but man, I need inspiration now. Writer's block. So I've not written anything in a while. I've not even written 4 articles, which I used to write regularly. But well, thank you guys for coming on. I mean, it's been a blast. It's been enjoyable. I mean, it has been therapy session for Arsenal and Liverpool fans today. It has been a bit of therapy.
I thought I was going to come here to talk about top of the league, man. That's why I wore my shirt. I wore my shirt proudly. I was like, top of the league. For me to get a very nice surprise.
Honestly. Now Man City just man, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of because they're just relentless. So I mean, what can we do? But yeah, we'll see.
We'll remove their titles from them in like next year or so.
Amen. Big amen. Thank you so much for joining us. A big thank you to all the people who sent in comments. I think there are a couple of comments. Oops. Maybe there might be a couple of comments to round up the show. Spliff, okay. He said no meat, Jared. Keep straight for a discreet answer, Alex. All right. And Oga Kwame says Atlanta. Arriba. Well, Oga Kwame says he wants to link up with you. Yeah, Be one. At your own risk. At your own risk, Arriba, at your own risk. All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch up with you next week. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Bye.
Bye.